J Rose, let's talk about this card a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I looked at the card, first match that popped to me that I seen, and I thought, I mean, I like the match that is happening, but I'm like, MLW, I thought they was gonna be together. They was talking when he first got there. Calvin Tankman versus Myron Reed. What's going on?
Okay, so people have heard me say this multiple times. So, legitimately, when we were putting this together, this was my only selfish demand on everything. And I told Layla from FECC, I told the rest of the team, I was like, if I can't do Tankman and Myron, I'm not doing the show. We just gonna have to wait until we can do it some other time. I'm not doing the show until we can do Tankman and Myron. Straight up, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So in that, let me paint the picture for you, right? Years 2016. This is when I first started going to wrestling shows, and the main event of the very first wrestling show I ever go to, which is this show in 2016, involves Calvin Tankman, and he's got the size, he's got the speed, but he's still working on all those skills. You know what I'm saying? And pulling up to Indianapolis at this exact same time was a cat by the name of Brother Reed of the Brotherhood.
Okay, come on.
And he had a white head. He wore a white headband, had white gear, real skinny kid. But from the moment people saw him, if nothing else, he had an air of explosiveness about him. But as time goes on, it gets better and better and more crisp and more crisp. And he moves from Louisville, moves to Dayton. He becomes even better. And Tankman, meanwhile, he's getting better, but the progress is far more slow. These are two kids who have parallels in their entire careers, to where Myron got the contract first. Myron has traveled overseas or across the border both ways. He's held championships in Mexico. He's been to PWG. Tankman, on the other hand, busted the GCW door wide open, and ever since then he's been blowing up. Main evented pay-per-views, traveled all across the country, and now they're finally meeting to where now not one is more important than the other. They're equals. Both two men who have both started off as children in Indianapolis have now risen to become the main event of what I hope to become the premier Indianapolis wrestling experience. And now we see, truly, after all these years, who really runs Indianapolis.
It will be. Who runs it? Okay. I gotta talk about the next match, but I feel away. Is Hoodfoot trying to kill Jody? Because I've seen Bronner. I've been following Bronner, and Bronner been knocking people out. And then I saw Hoodfoot handpick the opponent, and it was Jody, and I was like, Hoodfoot must not like Jody, or they got something that's there because.
So check this out, right? When I usually, people are like in wrestling, like, oh, it's a handpicked opponent. It's like one of those, all right, you just booked somebody and that was part of the storyline. No. Legitimately, hand on the Bible, Hoodfoot picked Jody to be Broner's opponent. Now, there are other factors that went into this. I originally, because he also, I will say at first, his very first pick was like somebody who we could not afford. I was like, brother, do you think I'm made out of money? like that's not happening, right? But like the third choice after the two like pie in the sky choices, the dream like choices. The first one that had any sort of realm of possibility was Jody. And I was like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah." And he can handle it. And this is, once again, handle the Bible. I went and I told Tankman the same thing because he's like, if you gave him a title, he's the head of wrestling operations, right? If I'm not sure about a talent or a match, I'll go to him and I'll talk it over, right? I was like, this is what Hoodfoot wants to do. And like, I get his vision, but what do you think about it? He's like, nah, he got it. Legit. So I see the vision, and I think there's a lot of people who are going to be underestimating Jody, legitimately, because he's. I know he's not like master grappler or anything, but no one has more heart, no one has more fire than that kid. You could put him up against any other wrestler in the world, and no one has more heart than that kid on everything. Now I don't know if heart's going to lead to a victory or an early demise, but no one has more heart than that kid. That's people are going to be surprised with this one. If nothing else, he's going to die spectacularly at bare minimum.
Because Hoodfoot, I always felt like Hoodfoot's always been kind of vicious, but I said lately, I said, oh man.
He's not playing no more. He
yeah, I was like,
that boy learned how to bleed.
Just turned it up 10 notches. I said, geez. I mean, what do these people do to you?
Shout out to Hoodfoot with the win at For the Culture, you know what I'm saying?
And happy belated birthday to the guy. Yesterday was his birthday.
Happy belated birthday to Hoodfoot too. Next match, it's my dude. Like, I'm a big We Love Wrestling right now. Last year, we had a conversation with the man. I was like, yo, we got to get you to the Midwest. Seen the man in Chicago. Seen the man in St. Louis. First show happened, he wasn't on the card. Get the Mania, I talked to him. He's like, yo, I'm coming. I'm like, you coming? I haven't heard that yet. So Chase Holiday seems like it's a bounty on his head with Brian Keith, the Swisher House sponsored athlete, coming to Naptown All Pro.
Chase has a big chip on his shoulder, and I'll tell this story because it's truthful, you know. And this is not coming from a place of hatred. This is not coming from a place of despise. As Hoodfoot is continuing to grow up his stock, right? Chase is his tag team partner. For a long time, they were on even playing field. And now, in some respects, it feels like a lot of people have forgotten about Chase. Hoodfoot gets all the opportunities because he's already there. A lot of what you saw of him acting out online had a lot of genuine truth behind it, especially the part about Hoodfoot not checking the group chat, that rat bastard. But he has a lot to prove. And I told him, I was like, hey, you're a part of the team no matter what. This is your sink or swim moment. If you want to be in the realm of being a main eventer, now's the time to step up. If you're not ready for it, it's okay. We'll build you to get ready, but that just means that you're not in the realm of being in the main event. And he's ready for the challenge, but like that boy Brian Keith cold. That's somebody I've been trying to book for the past since like early 2020. One of the boys from Tiger Driver to like put me onto him in the radar back when he was still wearing the shirt and the pants and not even like wearing trunks. Way back when, like this is right before he won the Reality of Wrestling title, and I have been in like on again, off again contact with him to try and get him into the Midwest, and like he did it without me, which is cool, but like that's been someone I've been trying to get here for the longest time. So he's a man who I don't think can possibly have a bad match at this point. He's hit such a supreme level. But also, the thing more than anything else that I'm looking forward to is the reaction of the Indianapolis Black community to seeing the Swisher House Cowboy, to have a legitimate Swisher House sponsored athlete come out. When Still Tipping hits on that loudspeaker, man, I may lose it. I don't think anybody is ready for the, because this isn't to say that he isn't in front of like black crowds. Like shouts out to Black on Four Sides, you know what I'm saying? Good folks down there, Daily Ooze, but he ain't done like Fight Club. He hasn't done the Vendettas. He hasn't done the Atlanta Wrestling Entertainment. He has done West Coast Pro, but that's a mix for the crowd. I want to see what happens when Brian Keith is in front of some folk. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
I told my buddy Leela, because she was hype about the February show. I said they just booked somebody. When you hear that Swisher House hit, you already know. She was like, Swisher House. I was like, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Another match. Saw this person up at Black Label Pro in Crown Point, Indiana. And all I heard from Indianapolis, Indiana. And I was like, I'm a fan. She got me. I'm a fan. Talked to her after the show. She also went to Warren Central. You got Big Al. Alice Crowley. Shout out to Big Al. I'm going to see you soon, Big Al. Versus Sandra Moon.
So, my light went out. So I love Alice Crowley. Alice Crowley is someone who I've been there since essentially her first match. She's a member of a former group that I was in that ran around Indianapolis doing all sorts of troublesome things. But I first knew of Big Al when they were 16. Actually, I first met Big Al in 2016 when they were like 14, 15 years old. And since then, they have blossomed into this grown person. It's really, really strange, but this grown person in age, slowly becoming a world-class wrestler. And she, outside of myself, she's the only person on the card who's actually genuinely from the east side of Indianapolis. Like, Tankman's from Newcastle, and he stays in the east side, but, like, he's from Newcastle. It's okay. We claim him, but he's from Newcastle, you know what I'm saying? Kemp is from Fortville, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's northeast, but you outside the county line, brother, you're not really east side. Hoodfoot and Chase, they not even really from, this isn't where they born and raised from. So she is the only wrestler who's really from the east side who's going to be on this card. And I hope that, like, we've talked about it, but I hope it, like, sets it in on her, like, how really special this is, that, like, it isn't single-handedly her, but, like, this kind of doesn't come to fruition without, like, her involvement. Because she's also been a big help about getting the word out and being a help backstage. So I hope that the true homecoming for her is really, really something that's really special to her. But also, Sandra Moon is the chosen one. I've said that she's the chosen one for over a year now. So if you had a wrestling draft and you was like, who are you going to take in the first pick, first round, of people who have, like, completely unsigned, she would be, if not the first round pick, definitely in the top 3. That's a special talent right there. And I know that she's really envious. Now, envious isn't the right word. Maybe it is. It's not even that serious, but she is very, let's go with envious of the fact that Alice has a solid relationship with her hometown. And that's just to say that Sandra is beloved in Las Vegas, but the connection that Alice has with her hometown is something that Sandra doesn't have with hers. And throughout the pandemic, her second home has become the state of Indiana. So I know that she's going to do everything in her power to make sure that she does the state right. And she wants to work more than once. I told her no. So we'll see. We'll see what all happens with that. I don't know. We'll see what all happens with that.
So we gotta talk about this. Gotta talk about this one. Bringing in somebody from Cali. Face somebody who, I mean, if you haven't heard about this other person, I mean, you sleep right now. She's everywhere, every weekend. You know what I'm saying? Billy Starks versus D Rogue.
Out of all the people who are on the card, I think underrated is an overused word at this point, right?
Mhm.
But out of all the people on the card, if I had to pick the most underrated person, it's D-Rogue. Because he can do literally everything. There's nothing he can't do. And he's what I like to call a working's man's wrestler. Because he's very unselfish. He goes out for the win, but he's not looking to steal the spotlight.
Mhm.
At least traditionally. I know he's been going through some mental health stuff and he's coming on the other end of it. And with that in mind, I know that he's starting to focus on the fact of like, maybe it should be about me. Maybe not in a selfish sort of way, but in a, I have been the loyal soldier for so long. Maybe it's my time to shine. And a big portion of why this match has become doubly as important is because he is one of the two leaders, or they say they don't have leaders, but one of the two front runners of the Big Starks brand West Coast movement. Which, of course, Big Starks brand is the brainchild of Mouse and Billy Starks, and they're holding a tournament this Saturday in Ohio, and he wasn't even asked. I know they've been planning this for months. So it wasn't even like, oh, they didn't ask him because he was, taking care of his mental health. Even before this, they didn't even ask. And he talked about it, and that genuinely, like, pissed him off. Not to like, oh, it's not like, oh, big middle finger to Mouse and Billy, but he talked about chips on their shoulders. So not only is D-Rogue gonna wrestle Billy Starks. I have to make a post about this on social media because he's trying to limit his time on there so he can focus, really get in the right mindset. But he is also entering the Triangle Contingency. So D-Rogue says that not only will he beat Billy and prove that he is actually the real star of the Big Starks brand, but not only will he win his triple threat match and the same show, but in addition to that, he's going to single-handedly be the reason why his team beats Bojack's team in the evening. That boy is looking to wrestle 3 times. And if I let him, he'd wrestle more. He has a point to prove. And, I don't know whether or not he's going to make it past his first round match. You know what I'm saying? He could lose both matches, and then it's like, damn, bro, that's kind of crazy. But he has a big task ahead of him as he's facing Victor Analog out of the St. Louis area, who is wildly underspoken about as far as it goes in the Midwest wrestling scene. He's facing Saul Esparza, who he's very early on in his career, but he has the makings of a genuine wrestling genius. He's honestly incredible. Gives it's not 1-to-1, but gives heavy Timothy Thatcher sort of vibes. He's not quite there yet. Obviously, he's still growing and developing, but he has the makings of a young Timothy Thatcher, and it's honestly kind of scary. So we'll see what happens with D-Rogue.
So I'm gonna run 3 other matches off. You named Saul, his tag team partner, and Dino against Bradley Prescott the 4th. Then it's a triple threat match. You got Trey Shaw versus, let me make sure I got the CC Boost, and somebody who I've seen this past year a bunch of times, and I'm impressed by him. I like him. Braden Lee. And then somebody who I met this past weekend. I've talked to him, but we never met face to face. So, and we talked about this match at the Square Circle Expo. You got Don't Die Miles versus Jet Jagori.
Okay, so 3 matches, and let's knock those out in some sort of relative order. So I'll start with the one in the morning, which is the triple threat. Triangle Contingency was a concept created by me and Chase that I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's gonna change the world or anything. Like it's not the elimination chamber or something, you know what I'm saying? But like it's a very interesting concept that we came up with that's looking to test people's heart, body, heart, endurance, and mind. Depending on how hard you go on the first show, depends on how fresh you are on the latter show. So it's tiptoeing that line between how much am I willing to get damaged in the morning or in the afternoon. I say morning because morning and night, but how much are you willing to go to get the opportunity on the night, in contrast of how much you're willing to save yourself so that you will have a chance to win as a team on the evening. And one of the first people I thought about this when I came up with this concept was Braden Lee. I've known Braden Lee since he was like 10 matches in. He can literally do anything. Like, I know I said D-Ro could do anything, but he's a big boy. There's something he can't do. Braden can do anything. That is a genuine freak athlete. When he's firing on all cylinders, he reminds me a lot of a young AJ Styles.
Yes.
Like NWA Wildside, NWA TNA sort of AJ Styles. And I know he's working on a bit of a sort of attitude shift. I don't know if we're going to see that manifest itself in Naptown, but the other two people, CC Boost. Well, let me talk about the person that you do know first. Trey Shaw. That brother is something crazy.
Biscuit
I
boy.
can't. Biscuit boy, baby. The biscuit boy.
Oh my gosh.
He
so many
there's
things wrong with that.
There's so many things wrong with that.
Okay.
He's a psychopath, like just
On a whole
like
nother
surface level, he's good, but like right underneath the surface level, that boy is nuts. So I don't really know what to expect from him. I think that there is a Terry Funk, Cactus Jack level of insanity buried deep within him, but we'll see if we'll get that.
I don't think it's buried that deep. I think it's
But on top of all that, he is extremely talented, and I know there's a big thing about Southern wrestlers not being able to break out the way that they want to, and I want to be able to give Trey the shot because we've been in contact and talking to each other since 2020, honestly. So give him the shot, see if he can hang in there with one of the best Indiana has to offer. And Mr. CC Boost, I know almost no one knows anything about CC, and at least in our wrestling circle. But if you watched Chikara at any point in time, that boy was Cajun Crawdad. 1, 2, now, yeah, he's unmasked.
Shit. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, I know who that is.
So, and I'm not revealing anything. He said it himself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. If anyone gets mad, why would you say that? No, it's okay. We talked about it. He's Cajun Crawdad, and he's transformed in this sort of emo rap high flyer. And there are things that I've seen him do that I've never seen anyone else do before. I've heard from other people who have graduated from the former Wrestle Factory that he was damn near the most skilled student when it shut down. Almost unparalleled, like compared to everyone else, and this is not to say that, like, this is not a knock on anyone else. Like Shane McCoy was on the first show, and I thought that genuinely that he was going to run away with the show, and after Namada as well. But I've heard from multiple people that he's on his Goku. He's only showing 10% of his power right now. So we'll see whether or not he pops out, does what he needs to do. Second match, Don't Die Miles, and Jet Chigori. Jet Chigori, wildly creative. Going to be, if he keeps at it, it's going to be known as the best promo guy on the Indies, or at least up there as one of them. He's so wildly creative. He gets interactivity as far as it goes with wrestling. He's also a very talented musician. I need to put that out there. If you haven't heard his work, go on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to music to, YouTube, just look at Jet Chigori music. He's nice with it. But he's also, excuse my language, a dickhead. He is an asshole. Contrast that with Don't Die Miles, is one of the sweetest little childs I ever met. I say little child's like that, we're around the same age, but that's one of the sweetest children I ever met in my life. He's finally started hitting his stride. Over the past year, he's become the wrestler that everyone thought he could be, and it's very interesting to me to see how this is going to match up. It's also very important to me to get Miles in front of the Black Indianapolis audience, because no one deserves to be in front of this audience more than him, more so than Hoodfoot, Chase, Tankman, myself. That boy deserves to be in front of this audience and get those flowers in front of those people more than anybody else. And I think he'll get them, but at the same time, it doesn't mean he's going to get a dub. So, you know. And lastly, Bradley and Avina. I've wanted to book this exact match since February 2020. Honestly, since before then, but around February 2020. If you watch the show where Trish Adora is crowned the Pan-African World Diaspora World Champion, there's a match on the undercard between Billy Dixon and Dino to crown the inaugural Chocolate City champion for fight. Not first. First is in Minneapolis. For fight. And it is a falls count somewhere match where falls on that you can only pin or submit your opponent at a specific spot in the building, and the audience knows where the spot is. So every time someone goes for a pin, they'll go hot or cold. Dead ass, one of the most brilliant wrestling matches I've ever seen in my life. Goofy as all hell, but genuinely brilliant. And to the flip side of that, no one has deconstructed wrestling and pieced it back together in a Frankenstein monster like I've ever seen, like Bradley Prescott IV. This man has come up with concepts that he has yet to execute that are genuinely some of the most bizarre but extremely intelligent things I've ever heard. It's almost scary how talented he is in regards to thinking outside of the box of wrestling. I believe it or not, I think this will be the best match on the entire card, straight up. And I know the implications of saying that. I know that we have Brian Keith. I know we have Calvin Tankman. I know we have Myron Reed. You know what I'm saying? I know we have Billy Starks. I know we have Adriel Noctis. That match has the potential to be better than all of it because they're so smart. On the flip side, worse is not the word, but this also, because it'll be good no matter what, but it also has the potential to be the dumbest wrestling match I've ever seen in my life. the stupidest wrestling match I've ever seen in my life. And this is no shot to them, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with dumb wrestling. I love dumb wrestling, but it'll either be the far and away best match on the card or it'll be the most entertaining match on the card. There is no in between. It won't suck, but it's not like, oh, that was all right. You're going to either feel like, oh, that was entertaining and stupid, or that was brilliant. There's no in between. None.
Yep. I've seen Bradley Prescott IV, at shows, and he's ridiculous. I literally talk to Andino almost every day. I've only seen him live once. He was like, I'm coming to show out. And you saying Bradley's mind is like that, and just knowing Andino's mind, these two together, how you said it is what it is, because I can only imagine what these two can come up with together. So we gonna see.
It's kind of terrifying. To be honest.
I'm so glad that you met. I have not thought about that match in so long, so I haven't seen it in so long. So I'm going to go back and watch it. Because I remember when they first said it, I was like, this sounds fucking ridiculous. Like, what is this? Fall count somewhere. But it was so entertaining in the best possible way. So I'm excited for whatever he comes up with. for this match.
I'm gonna try and get the good people at Fight to upload it for free on YouTube because I think everyone should see it. But I don't know. We're gonna see. There's no in between. But
I literally just watched that match. I think it was Sunday because I was doing the video for Andino, and I was like, I forgot all about this and sat down and watched it again. And they some fools for that match.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you haven't seen it, you can go on IW. You can go on IWTV. And type. Go on IWTV, type in Fight Club, and you'll see it right there. I don't want to give too much there, but it's right there.
Yeah.
This is about Naptown Pro, baby. April 30th, Saturday, 2 p.m. to wake up, 8 p.m. What's that called?
Wake Up and Blackout is the second show.
Blackout.
Okay.
2 shows. I mean, if you go to one, you might as well go to both.
Think of it as a 2-for-1 deal.
Yeah. Two
you
and
order
8.
online, you could get 2 for 1 tickets.
See?
And I figure it's gonna be a little break in between there. You know what I'm saying? My people gotta do something that night, so I'm gonna get them at the first event. You know what I'm saying? Get some other people at the second event, so we're gonna be in that thing. But tickets are on sale. Hold on, before I even do that, Nicole, you got any other questions for Mr. J Rose before we have him just put the show over as he already been doing?
No, I'm just excited for you, excited for the show, and then again, Terry and I will get with you on the next coming day so we can get those ticket donations so we can get more asses in seats, which I like to say.
You off on the 30th, Nicole?
Probably not.
Damn.
It's okay.
It's all right. I'm just gonna say
I just got promoted at my shoot job a couple weeks ago.
Congratulations.
So thank you. So it's real hard to get time off right now. So
I was just gonna say, J Rose, she don't say it, but she does got stripes on her resume. You know what I'm saying? She is known to, you know what I'm saying, but she don't say that. But that's just to put that out there. Nicole, you gotta start telling people you referee.
I know, but I always feel weird about that.
Get it out there.
If you ever get the urge, you let me know.
Okay.
See, third person that told you that.
No,
But
I got you.
J Rose, let's get it. We at the last, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna get this in 2 parts. So the first part is just gonna be us talking. Then the second part is where we break down the matches. So they about to get y'all getting the first part like immediately. Y'all gonna get the match part this weekend. So if you listening to this part, you already got the first part. So J Rose, this is the put yourself over moment. You've been putting yourself over the whole time, you know. Tell the people your social media, tell them Naptown Pro, tell them to come see you, tell them about your other owners. Just hold on before you put yourself over. Let me go back to here. Let me make myself big because I got a question.
Oh my god.
You see these right here behind me?
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna have posters at Naptown All Pro?
Oh, I thought it was you were gonna ask a different question.
I got a design. I don't have a fancy poster. You know, I got a basic one, but I could design one for you.
I'm just saying, I want a Naptown All Pro poster that I could put right there to be like, yo, I was at that show. I got the wrestler's signature. Oh, Big Al got the wrestler's signatures on it.
Let me see what all I could do, because you're not the first person to ask me about prints. I'm just afraid of, like, if I buy them, you know what I'm saying, buy them to sell, and they don't sell, I'm just be stuck with a bunch of prints.
Buy 10 of them. Get 10 of them. Make it an exclusive thing. Bet they sell.
I may end up doing that. Okay. You got me. I do know, however, that we're going to try and have, at least if it's a little 2-sided black and white thing, we're going to have programs. So,
yo, when you go to shows, people don't be having programs.
I'm thinking about it. I'm a preacher's kid. You know what I'm saying? You end up, you gotta get the program, baby.
Ooh.
How they supposed to know the rundown? How they supposed to know the lyrics if you don't give them the program?
See where it's mine? Come on now. Cause just put yourself over. Let me stop. I ain't gonna talk about y'all companies because
It's good. It's good. So if you don't know by now, which I don't know, we got to the end of the podcast. My name is J Rose. I come from Indianapolis, Indiana, Far Eastside, Warren Central High School graduate class 2015. Me and a couple friends of mine by the name of Sean Kemp, Chase Holiday, the Hoodfoot, Mo Atlas, and Calvin Tankman are putting on a wrestling show. Two of them, in fact, on April 30th. That's a Saturday. The first show, Wake Up, doors open at 1, starts at 2. And the second show, doors open at 6. Doors open at 7, my fault. And start time is at 8. And that show is called Blackout. Both of these shows are the first shows in the Naptown All Pro banner, LLC. Yeah, I paid for that company name. And they benefit the Far Eastside Community Council's fight against youth gun violence on Indianapolis youth. With the thesis statement being, if I could get people into the door, at bare minimum, it'll provide a distraction for these kids and young adults from their regular everyday life. And at most, there will be community organizations around and other sort of vendors that potentially could lead them in the direction to change their life for the better. There are multiple different ways you can support this project, the easiest of which is buying a ticket to attend either show or both. You should probably come to both. You ain't doing nothing on Saturday. Tickets start at $10. And that's just for one singular show. There are also online, if you pre-order, there are combo pack tickets that make it a little bit cheaper for you to get tickets to both shows. In addition to that, you can also sponsor a seat for a kid. We're in collaboration with the school that's hosting it, the Tindley Summit Academy on the Far East Side of Indianapolis, right off of Post Road, and other organizations that we're collabing with the Far East Side Community Council to give tickets to kids for free. If you would like to sponsor a ticket for a kid, go to the ticket purchasing website, which you can find at naptownallpro.com. That's one word, naptownallpro.com. And sponsor tickets in $10 increments. In addition to that, wow, my brain, there's a lot to say. If you're a brand that's looking to sponsor the show, you can sponsor either a wrestler, matchup, or the entire event. Please DM at Naptown All Pro on Instagram or Twitter, or Facebook.com/Naptown All Pro, or just type in Naptown All Pro if you're on the app. Send us a message, shoot us a message, and we can figure out what is the best course of action to get you sponsored for the event. Prices are extremely flexible. Or if you are a brand that sells wares and you're within the Indiana area and you would like to have a vendor table, vendor tables are also available. Same deal, DM us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter for more information on that. The first show is extremely family friendly, so you can bring kids of all ages without any sort of worry. Second show, it's uncensored. We're doing whatever the heck we want. There's going to be blood, maybe. There's going to be cursing for sure. It's going to be loud music. That doesn't sound like something that is up your alley. Please just come to the morning show. No worries. I get it. But there's not going to be anything happening that is illegal or immoral happening on either one of these shows, so you don't have to worry about that. But if blood or cursing irks you out, just stick to the morning. In addition to all that, if you go to naptownallpro.com, you can find our selection of merchandise. We have tons of t-shirts and hoodies for sale. 3 designs going on right now, and designed by me. So you should check them out. And if you like them, they're fulfilled through Teespring, or now they're just called Spring, but they're fulfilled through Teespring. So it never comes through us. You don't have to wait for me to get my life together to send it out to you. A whole different person has their entire job dedicated to send you that t-shirt. So you go ahead and order it straight from them. In addition to that, you can follow me on Twitter at ThisIsJRose, and all other social media websites at ThisIsJRose. If you find me on social media and the at isn't ThisIsJRose, well, guess what? You didn't find me, pal. All other information can be found on the event at Naptown All Pro. And support Lovely DeVoe and her bracelets and adornments. We love her. Shout out to
I
my beautiful.
I still don't have my bracelet.
Did you order one, or are you waiting for one, or are you?
Ask Terry about it.
Somebody lacking. Oh, that's good though. I mean,
I
it'll be worth
know.
the wait.
I want that one so bad.
I got you,
I'll-
Nicole. I go
I'll
to the
be
post
mad.
office in the morning. They should be
If
good
it,
at the post office now, but yeah, I got you.
or if you call off work on April 30th, you know where he's gonna be. You can just meet up in person, cut down on the shipping cost. You know what I'm saying?
Fight on for the bracelet.
You what?
Surprise! It'll be a surprise match of the night.
The bonus match.
First off,
Oh,
you're not doing
that
that.
was
Nicole.
that was the other thing.
I
It
know
probably
how
won't
to
be
take bumps still. I don't like to, but I can take bumps.
you and me both. You shake my
Can't
hand.
stand.
You
Ugh,
get it.
I hate it. I hate it.
I wanted to. It probably won't be breaking news by the time that this comes out, depending on when it comes out. But I wanted to give you a little bit of breaking news, a little announcement that we
Yo,
had.
I can go live on Twitter right now.
Yeah, you gotta go live. You know what I'm saying? If you want to
if you
clip
got
it, it's up to
breaking,
you.
okay, you got breaking news. I'm just saying. Go ahead.
Yeah.
We can hop on the Twitter real quick.
So, the jury is still up in the air whether or not I'm going to be ring announcing on the day. There's a lot of back of house stuff that I want to try and make sure that they're taken care of because somebody had other bookings. The Hoodfoot. I can't. We can't switch off the way that we want to. No, there's nothing against Hoodfoot. You go and you get in that deathmatch tournament, baby. But in the case, since there is, we're looking for at least someone to take a part of the show. Trey, this may mean something to you. I got Indianapolis legend Rusty Redenbacher to be one of the ring announcers.
Get out of here! No, you don't.
I
For real?
promise. We secure. I confirmed it yesterday. I think I'm gonna put out the announcement for it tomorrow. Or if you want to break it, you can. But Rusty Redenbacher will be at least one of the ring announcers for the morning show, and maybe in a couple of things on the night show. But Rusty Redenbacher will be in attendance. He is a part of the NAP team on April 30th. So,
yo, shout out to Rusty. Hip hop artist here in Indianapolis.
Legend. 20 years in the game.
Yeah.
Nobody puts on indie quite like him. So there was a tweet that somebody put out the other night. It was like, when GCW comes back in town, he should ring announce, and you should do it with J-Rose. I was like, or if that's something you want to do, you can just slide on down on the 30th. And he said he's super excited about it. I'm extremely honored that he's willing to come in. He said he wanted to sit under the learning tree, which is someone with all of his performing experience. It's kind of crazy to me, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Rusty Redenbacher will be in attendance, at least for the morning show wake up, and possibly / probably for the night show blackout. So shouts out to Rusty. Only the real Indianapolis people are going to get that one. Radio legend, hip hop legend, music scene legend. Dude has seen and done it all and put on the city like nobody else. So I'm happy to have him a part of it. I told you Nap was going to be Indianapolis as hell. And we got somebody who's Indianapolis as hell to prove it.
Facts. Rusty Redenbacher in the building coming through. Ooh-wee. Hey, idea. I asked him this last time. I feel like I need to ask him because I don't like the way that things been going on the show these past 4 or 5 guests. So J Rose, the Rocker Stone Cold.
So let me put it like this, right? I feel like I answered this on here before, but I'll answer it again.
You did. I was hoping it'd be something different. So let's see.
Okay. Here's the situation, right? I don't think that anybody has hit a higher peak in wrestling than Stone Cold Steve Austin. Maybe he who shall not be named, but just objective facts. You know what I'm saying? I don't even like him like all that. I didn't like him before he said the word. You know what I'm saying? But if no one's hit a higher peak than Austin, right? But at the same time, Rocky was the real one that was holding it down for them 3 years from 99 to 02.
Come on.
That was the Rock's house, bro.
Come on.
And like it is what it is. Like, if facts is facts. The Rock held like, just no disrespect to the man. But that 97 to early 99 run, all right, that's Austin. But 99 to 2002, maybe even 2003, depending on how you feel about Hollywood Rock, that's all Rocky, bro. That's all Rocky. And, like, you can't deny that greatness. You know what I'm saying? I even think that Austin may have had a singular better match. But the body of work that The Rock put together in those 3 years, when he put the company on the back in the time when they made the most money, that can't be argued, right? Like,
Right.
you tell me that can't be argued, right?
No, okay. Who you picking though?
I'm picking The Rock, baby. Come on, man.
Come on, man. Come on,
Oh,
baby.
man.
We in there. Come on, baby. We in there, baby. We back. Sorry.
Come on, hey, bro. Come on now. He
But
said,
we're gonna get out of here on that note because I'm excited. Ooh, Naptown All Pro April 30th. Be there. If you can't be there, they'll tell you how you can watch it. I mean, it'll come up. You'll find out how. But like I always say, if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling. It's too sweet. Ooh, for the culture.
Ooh.
How many women got?
Wrestling and you love wrestling, then we. You're not here, you missing out. Is this show?